What if I told you that one of the most famous cartoon voices in history is directly connected to today's hottest pop star? Sounds unbelievable, right? But it's true. The voice of Bart Simpson, that mischief-making 10-year-old who's been pranking Springfield for decades, belongs to Nancy Cartwright, and she just so happens to be the aunt of Grammy-winning singer Sabrina Carpenter. The reveal left fans stunned. Not because it changes Sabrina's talent or her career, but because it feels like Hollywood's secret family tree just sprouted another wild branch. So today, we're diving into the story of Sabrina Carpenter, her Aunt Nancy Cartwright, and how this connection shines a light on family ties, fame, and the way legacies ripple through generations. The internet first exploded when Nancy Cartwright casually confirmed the rumors in a TikTok video. Smiling, she said, "The rumors are true. Sabrina Carpenter is my niece." She wasn't shy about her pride either, calling Sabrina amazing and gushing about her success. For longtime fans of The Simpsons, this was a genuine jaw-drop moment. After all, Bart Simpson is one of the most recognizable voices on the planet, and Cartwright has been voicing him since 1989. To suddenly learn that this legendary voice actor is related to the pop star who topped charts with Espresso and Please, 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 that's the kind of twist nobody sees coming. Social media lit up. Tweets rolled and saying things like, "How am I just now finding out Bart Simpson is Sabrina Carpenter's aunt?" Others joked, "Hollywood really is one giant family tree." It was a revelation that turned a fun fact into trending news, with everyone questioning how this connection managed to stay so low-key for so long. For Sabrina, though, this was just everyday life. She's admitted in interviews that growing up, it felt like the coolest thing in the world that her aunt was Bart Simpson. Think about it. While other kids bragged about their aunts bringing cookies, Sabrina's aunt brought Bart's voice to dinner. Nancy even pulled out the Bart voice in real life. At restaurants, she'd drop in a character mid-meal and say things like, "Hey man, I'm Bart Simpson. What's the hold up?" Can you imagine being a waiter and realizing that voice is coming from the woman at table 5? Sabrina loved it. She said it never got old, and she saw firsthand how much joy Nancy's voice brought to complete strangers. And that exposure shaped her. Without even realizing it, Sabrina was learning lessons in performance, timing, and confidence just by watching Nancy be herself. To really understand this connection, you need to know just how legendary Nancy Cartwright is. She's been voicing Bart Simpson since the late 1980s, turning a spiky-haired cartoon kid into a cultural icon. But Bart is just the beginning. Cartwright also voices Ralph Wiggum, Nelson Muntz, Todd Flanders, and even Chucky Finster from Rugrats. Her range is staggering, from the mischievous to the sweetly clueless. And over her career, she's picked up awards like a Primetime Emmy and an Annie Award, cementing her place as one of the greatest voice actors of all time. She's also worth millions, not just because of The Simpsons, but because of her decades-long legacy in voice acting. So when people call Sabrina a NEPO-BABY, pointing out her aunt's success, the truth is, Nancy was famous long before Sabrina was even born. While her aunt was shaping animated history, Sabrina was carving her own path. She grew up in Pennsylvania and started uploading singing covers to YouTube at just 10 years old. By 12, she was performing Christina Aguilera songs online that started getting real attention. That talent took her straight into Disney Channel territory. In 2014, she landed the role of Maya Hart on Girl Meets World, Disney's reboot of Boy Meets World. From there, her star began to rise. But Sabrina didn't just want to be a Disney actress. She wanted music, and she wanted to make it on her own terms. By her mid-teens, she'd signed with Hollywood Records, dropped her debut album Eyes Wide Open in 2015, and began the slow climb from child star to full-fledged pop artist. Fast forward to 2024, and Sabrina had her true breakout moment. Her album Short and Sweet gave the world hits like Espresso and Please, Please, Please. Suddenly, she wasn't just a former Disney star. She was topping the Billboard charts, going viral on TikTok, and securing her place in the global pop conversation. By 2025, she doubled down with Man's Best Friend, an album that proved she wasn't just a one-summer wonder. The lead single Man-Child once again soared, showing that Sabrina had truly crossed into superstar territory. Now here's where it gets interesting. Did having a legendary aunt in entertainment make things easier for Sabrina? Maybe, but not in the way people think. Sabrina herself has said she never leaned on Nancy for opportunities. She wasn't being cast in shows because of her aunt, and Nancy's world of voice acting is miles away from pop music. But what Nancy did give her was inspiration. Watching her aunt build a career out of something as simple as a voice showed Sabrina that passion could become a lifelong job. Nancy even posted about Sabrina when she was still a teenager, cheering on her performances and calling her a star. That kind of family pride, it matters. And for a young artist trying to break out of the Disney mold, having someone in the family who truly got the ups and downs of fame may have been more valuable than any Hollywood connection. Of course, once the connection became public, the internet couldn't resist slapping the NEPO-BABY label on Sabrina. It's a phrase that's been attached to everyone from Lily Rose Depp to Maya Hawke, anyone with famous relatives. But does Sabrina really qualify? Her aunt may be an icon, but she didn't hand her a record deal. She didn't land her a Disney audition. Sabrina worked her way up the hard way, from YouTube covers to small TV roles, to eventually headlining tours. Even fans who tease her about the connection admitted it felt different than the usual Hollywood nepotism. One fan tweeted, "This doesn't even feel like NEPO-BABY energy. It's just a fun family fact." And honestly, that seems accurate. The real joy of this reveal was the fan reaction. People were floored. One post read, "I was today years old when I found out Bart Simpson is Sabrina Carpenter's aunt. Mind blown." Another, "Hollywood is just one big family reunion at this point." It sparked weeks of memes, edits, and videos comparing Bart Simpson clips to Sabrina's live performances. Fans joked that Sabrina's cheeky humor and witty lyrics clearly came from Aunt Nancy. Others pointed out that Bart Simpson's famous line, "Don't have a cow, man," sounded exactly like something Sabrina would toss into one of her ad-libs. It wasn't just funny. It humanized Sabrina. People who hadn't connected with her music before suddenly had a reason to look again. The reveal made her story even richer. And fans love when an artist feels layered, complex, and connected to pop culture history. When you zoom out, this isn't just about Sabrina Carpenter having a famous aunt. It's about legacy, about how passion in one generation can inspire the next in totally different ways. Nancy Cartwright changed the world through voice acting. Sabrina is changing it through pop music. And together, they prove something important. Talent doesn't always follow the same path, but inspiration does. Whether it's a cartoon kid with a slingshot or a chart-topping pop star with a microphone, both women turned creativity into cultural impact. So next time you hear Sabrina Carpenter singing her cheeky lyrics or catch Nancy Cartwright dropping into Bart Simpson's voice, remember this. Behind the fame, they're just family. An aunt and a niece, each carving their own legacy, connected by blood but separated by genres. It's not a coincidence. It's not a scandal. It's a reminder that the most surprising connections often reveal the most human truths. And in this case, the mischievous voice of Bart Simpson and the playful confidence of Sabrina Carpenter aren't as far apart as you might think. Because in Hollywood, sometimes the coolest plot twist isn't on screen or in the music. It's hidden in the family tree.